Hello, this is a video tutorial on the reverse osmosis system, RO-175 BP, primarily installed in the Chili's locations on the Combotherm combi ovens. Now, first of all, this is the RO-175 cabinet, external storage tank, which usually sits under the counter. We're going to remove the top cover simply by lifting it up. Now, first we'll talk a little brief explanation about what the water flow is to the RO and what the components do on this system. First of all, you have an inlet connection, an outlet connection, and a drain line connection. So water is going to come in through the inlet, run to an inlet valve, which can be turned off for servicing. That inlet valve runs up to an inlet side on the booster pump. Okay, the booster pump is powered by this transformer, which plugs into the wall, roughly 6 foot of cord. If you need to plug into a farther extension, you can always remove the transformer, mount it externally, and you have some extra, another 5 feet of cord here. So from the booster pump, you have water that goes to the inlet of the primary cartridge. The primary cartridge removes chlorine, sediment, protects the RO membrane. From the primary cartridge, we go into the membrane. Now the membrane is what basically removes all the dissolved solids for clean water going to the combi oven. Now the membrane has two outlets. It has a permeate water outlet here on the top, which runs to the back of this permeate pump from behind there, and out of the permeate pump to the outlet to the combi oven. Now that outlet to the combi oven is 3/8 inch tubing. It goes straight to the combi oven, and somewhere along that outlet line you will tee in the external storage tank for water storage. On the drain side, which is the bottom part of the membrane, you have a drain flow controller. It goes to the bottom of the permeate pump, and then you have a 1/4 inch line which goes out to an open drain with an air gap in it. The permeate pump is a water saving device, but it also acts as an automatic shut-off valve. Also with the system, you have a TDS meter. This is a meter that detaches from the system and allows you at any time to measure the quality of the water that's being produced by the RO. It's battery powered, so you would hit the on-off button, and it'll give you a digital reading. You toggle it to the inlet, say it's 300, toggle it to the outlet. If it's 30, that basically means you're getting a 90% reduction in dissolved minerals. You turn it off by hitting the button, put it back in. And when you check the TDS or the production or quality of the production water from the RO, you always need to do that while the RO is producing water, which I'll explain in just a second. One or two other valves you have on the system. This is a bypass valve. Notice it has a tag on it that says only open this during cases of an emergency. So if there is a low water issue and no service personnel out there that can take care of an issue, say with a clogged cartridge or something else, then the manager or personnel can open the bypass, and it basically bypasses the unit completely. It is always best when the unit is bypassed to unplug the transformer so the booster pump does not continue to run. Once service is finished, it is of utmost importance to close the bypass so the equipment is protected. Lastly, you have a valve down here which is nothing but a pressure relief valve. It's basically the valve that goes to nowhere. It just opens up and releases pressure so you can change cartridges on the system without any pressure on it. So that covers the general operation of the RO. We'll talk a little bit about the storage tank. This is a 3.2 gallon storage tank. It has its own valve on top of the tank that can be opened or closed. At 60 psi, there's a bladder in here that the tank will store roughly 2 gallons of usable water to be used at any given time. So when your combi oven asks for water, it's taking it from the storage tank. When the pressure drops on the storage tank, that's when the RO will start producing water again. So you know the RO is producing water. Say you have an empty tank and you hook the system up. What will happen is when the unit is plugged in, the booster pump, you will feel it running, just a slight vibration on it. But on the drain line from the permeate pump going to the drain, you will see water pulsing to the drain, maybe on a 2 or 3 second interval on and off. you'll see that drain line move when it pulses water. That's basically saying that the system is producing water and the storage tank is not yet full. Once the storage tank pressure hits 60 psi, then the pressure switch will shut off the booster pump and the permeate pump will stop pulsing to the drain. So anytime you come up on a system and you see nothing coming out of the drain line, it means that the storage tank is full. So now that we've covered the general operation of the RO, let's get into a couple troubleshooting items which will pop up occasionally, if at all.